well, they've got that beautiful interaction with Mystic Snake. It's always funny, right? When you see Deuce against Tiny, you turn Tiny into stone. How does that even work? It's already stone. It's the music in the background that gets me. It just suddenly becomes musical. Player, but this start from GXR is also pretty next level. They start with In Your Dream solo. He knows that the Death Prophet and Tiny can't really do much early on. He just plays safe, play by tower, gets last hits. Up top, they're being aggressive with the tri-lane.
That they are. Bombi. Early tag team out from Paulson will lead to a first blood, and yeah, that's one thing you've always got to expect when you've got a
level 3. Once they've got Cookie plus either a value point in Shredder or 2 levels in Scatterblast, they could look to line up the Blood right and kind of play that way, but it can't be on Mizu. Mizu just feels a bit too tough. It will have to be that Tusk, and Paulson's just facing out well.
It's still pretty bad, even with the right-click build. You'd rather probably spend the gold on something else. It's one of those, like, you know, very late-game value items. You know, if you don't have anything better to buy. So Hung and Alacrity just going at it right now in that mid lane. Meanwhile, top side, looks like Drew is around on the Bloodseeker. Snowball not gonna land. Drew does get away with the salve and now might just turn back onto Mizu. Gosh, is out. Drew get hit by the Anchor Smash as well, and they are 3-4-3 with the Inkswell. In Your Dream with the follow-up damage. That BB dropping quite low himself will get the kill, but we'll have to dive forward. And now Yassi's going to try and go for a run.
Oh no.
He will not make it out. They give the double kill over to In Your Dream.
Aggressive with a Tiny support, but once it falls behind, it can be harder than Mizu.
He does get caught out this time. They'll get the tide. Yassi was even around with the TP just in case they needed it.
Has to walk up or get a good toss to start these fights. Whereas Mirana, if she was on the floor, you could just walk with an arrow. Still, they'll go on to Mizu.
Nice dodge. Mizu still not level 6. Can't commit Ravage. Bloodright is going to be there. They should have the damage output as Paulson tried to help out, but there's only so much he can do on the task. Alacrity even TPing up to try and help as well, but he's a bit too early to the party, or rather too late.
I think that's all you really want. Just get some EXP, hit your 6 up top.
Top lane, they do rupture up. The tide, Mizu still going to survive. Snowball in, they're going further. The rupture is over, they cannot kill him off. That's a great snowball in from Paulson. Just really well timed, and Mizu.
He's trying to shove in the bot lane as well, so they're going to be able to trade for the top quite nicely, knowing that the DP can't come in for the defense.
Well, at the very least, they do end up getting the Tide Hunter. Mizu is up dying to Yassi with the Avalanche toss. Yassi having a look around, see if you can fight 3-4-3, but you've got In Your Dream around to boot, so it's definitely a very risky kind of proposition here for the Tiny.
They've got level 6 up on Paulson. They do have the burst damage on hand with Walrus Punch. If you do overstep, you could find yourself melting a bit quick there.
Yeah, speaking of overstepping, Mizu ends up going down as Drew committed the rupture, and with the Mortimer's Kisses, they did have the damage output. It's GX Army, they still are fighting down that bot side. That BB, he's been caught out, but with the Spirit Siphons, they just can't get the damage output. Alacrity goes down, that BB now continue the chase up on Paulson. He pops the ulti as well.
Ooh.
It's not going to mean enough damage onto Paulson, but nevertheless, they can still go for that bottom tier 1 tower. Definitely not a wasted ultimate.
Find some, well, not the juiciest target, but a free one in Paulson, maybe.
Yes, he's going to find it. Still holding on to the Avalanche, just being very patient with the toss-up, and now the cookie into the arrow. That's a perfect little combination there from 496.
Yeah, and they're getting some good movement onto mid. They're getting some great damage on that tier 1. GALAXYRACER do have Ravage with him. Come in.
They're going to move in now. Tornado EMP out. In Your Dream, he denied off that tier 1 tower. Now the Soul Sound does catch the Bloodseeker into the Soulbind, but do they have the damage? It doesn't look like it. In fact, Yassi just tosses around In Your Dream into a double cookie out from Bombi. 3-4-3 will drop. 496, they'll keep going. There's your Ravage out. They found the Tiny Yassi. He'll be the second and fall. Onto that BB, they love the Death Prophet, but he's going to survive. And 496, they want to try and turn back around. Onto Mizu. In Your Dream, going to juke out the arrow. Mizu, he's still going to be all right. 496 now falling very low, have to back.
Medusa sits in that jungle. So it's still looking good here for 496. They do smoke up. They do have a Rupture backup, so they can look for a play.
They're going to try. Into the mid lane they go. They love Alacrity, but he does get the Ghost form off and just makes a run. Meanwhile, that BB ends up dropping down at the bot side of the map. So Alacrity, he was dusted up, a nice toss in onto Bombi. But Alacrity's still going to be alright, as now they might be able to just join in a turn. 343 going to lose his courier, but still goes in and finds Bombi on the Snapfire. Take him down though. He's going to try and cookie out with the stick charges. He might be alright. Shards are going to be there into the snowball. Bombi not going to be able to get the deny off.
Still doesn't make sense, but it's still a long way off. But the SNY just kind of delays that timing, so you have to watch yourself. But once the axe is up, you worry, because we didn't talk about this, but Soulbind double Mystic Snake, devastating.
Yassi being caught out. Paulson, nice chance to block him in. Bombi going to try and help, but Yassi, he was turning the wrong way, and In Your Dream, of course, will give the tip over to Paulson.
Now as well on Mizu, but there's a Moonlight out. It does fade on 496. Caught this.
Hung, Cold Snap, Silence out. Alacrity going to land the Inkswell into the Stroke of Fate and the Snowball. Just in case. That's what you hate to see. You're still looking for those answers here from 496. Drew's just desperately trying to farm up a BKB, but now they're just going to cut him off. He'll try to go for a run, but Alacrity going to spot him out with the Orchid. But they aren't going to keep going, as Drew was a bit too tanky. Meanwhile, Paulson on the Tusk, going to be spotted into the toss back. It's going to be a snowball to buy some time, but he should definitely just be dead here, and he does go down.
It is going fast, but the follow-up fight might not end up well.
Nice tornado, EMP, going to force them out, and they've dropped too low on HP. Drew, he's going to try. This is very dangerous, though. They might just rush in here. Roshan dropping low. Shards are out to get Vision Snowball. Not going to be the Roshan. They'll let it go down, but they got Yassi on the Tiny. Into the DP now. That BB going to drop as well. So they let the Roshan go like that. It seems like they're more than fine with it. In fact, if they found Hung, that'd be even better. And they spot him out now. Hung needs to back off. In fact, never mind. They go in with Bombi. There's your Soulbind down into the double silence. He can't leap away right now. He'll try to Manta it off, but another Soulbind down. Avalanche Toss not going to do enough. He drops on the Marana, and there goes your Bloodseeker as well.
God.
Drew's going to drop. Your Aegis already gone. Yassi going to keep moving in, trying to get something for the team. But what are they going to find? Nice TP cancellation. Mizu's going to have to make a run. Paulson still survives the Avalanche Toss. He's going to go for a snowball. At least Drew does get the tide. Still chasing onto Paulson, trying to get another. Alacrity, Chaos Meteor. Going to do anything. He does stuff just to make sure he can't ghost walk away. Meanwhile, Paulson going to try and TP out, but it's not going to be in time. He does buy enough time for Alacrity to get out, but at least 496. They're going to be more than happy to just let this go down and try to push the top tier 2 instead.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Thought maybe you'd want to try and take the fight with that Aghanim Scepter up, but I suppose with the Exorcism you do want to be a bit more careful, as 343 now has been scouted. Hung, not going to allow the arrow. Bloodright going to be dropped, and with the Avalanche. It's going to make sure that... Oh! They hit the Invoker! Oh. The arrow got Alacrity in the backside. He didn't see it coming. In Your Dream now is going to show up and show off the Aghanim Scepter. That's a great charge block as well to block the pathing, but Drew doesn't care. He's going to try and go for the Medusa fight. Onto In Your Dream, but there's your Ravage out. Mizu right in to help out In Your Dream. Now the stones just flying out onto Bombi, Dat BB, and Hung. They are going to try and turn it to Paulson. They'll get one, but they can't fight the Snake Lady In Your Dream. He's just going to keep chasing, and so will Mizu. That BB may barely survive, but a Mystic Snake not going to reach. But they found Bombi. Stroke of Fate, get it connected. There's your silence out. Mizu with the gush. 343 will say thank you very much.
It's from coming out, and he can just focus on trying to get some damage off, trying to get this off the back line.
Trying to get a solo kill onto 343. Unfortunately for Yassi, the team was around, and it only cost him his own. Still hanging around. You've got Hung in an invis room right now. on Paulison. Around to help if they try to go and they do. Alacrity going to be targeted, but the X-Wall's already there. The Soulbind, the Snowball. They will save the day into the Ravage. Mizu setting up perfectly, and that's going to be at least Yassi dropping. They will not be able to burst down Alacrity. He does make it out.
Around for Drew now up top.
I mean, why the hell not? He's all alone. Paulison gonna miss the shot, but it won't matter too much. He's got the snowball on the tag team. Drew not gonna try and TP out. He's gonna try and fight this, but he's all by himself. Hung's gonna come in and try and help out. He'll make a run for it. Meanwhile, Hung onto Paulison, but they're just stone out. He's been silenced up. He's gonna drop. It's just not worth it. Not for a support task. Maybe though they can find a bit more. That BB. He's gonna try going on with the Spirit Siphon and the Exorcism, but the damage output is not that high. Instead, they'll go on to 3-4-3, and they'll be able to get a Grimstroke kill for their trouble. And it is Yassi. He's going to have a look to see who he can initiate on, and you'd love to start with 3-4-3. They are going to try with the Avalanche toss out, but it's not enough. 3-4-3 going to survive the initial onslaught, trying to find a Soulbind. He will get it just before he dies, and now the Ravage is out into the Cataclysm. They kind of screwed up the combo, but it won't matter too much. Bobby's gone onto that BB. They'll get the DP to burn. Drew's going to try and run, but Paulison's all over it with the snowball out and the tag team. It's going to be too much damage. A triple kill out for In Your Dream, and
He kept 3-4-3 alive long enough for them to get vision, turn around, although In Your Dream's being chipped away.
they're draining the mana. Yassi looking for a toss back is not going to find it, and now he may be in danger. But no, Paulison is going to back off with the rest of his team. They're going to try and smoke up and chase them down now. No Ravage for Mizu, but they want the big one. They'd love the Medusa. No, Paulison is going to be targeted. They land the arrow, and they will find the tusk.
They need to make a quick move in if they want to contest this.
It looks like they don't even know what's happening. I suppose if they do, maybe they don't want the 4v5, but there you go. There's the Sunstruck to scout it out. Yassi, he's right in. Who has he found? It's going to be In Your Dream. They found the big one. Mana is gone. In Your Dream is going to try and fight, but he was completely surrounded and is going to drop. That's a big one. 80 seconds down for In Your Dream.
I think at this point you just maybe get a casual BKB. Damage doesn't feel like an issue. He's got the Satanic up for self-sustain. You can kind of hold out. Now GXR need to play 4 versus 5 for 40 seconds. You do have Ravage to play with at least, so their high ground defense isn't too bad here.
They're going to try. Without your Medusa though, you're going to be lacking so much damage to control, but Miracle right in with a massive Ravage out in the Cataclysm. Oh, what an initiation out from Mizu. And now they've even got the Bloodseeker trapped up. Drew, he is going to pump his BKB and try to get a Rupture out onto Mizu, but he's just going to walk away. Alacrity now with the Tornado EMP. Bombi is going to have his mana drained. He gets a nice cookie off. Still Paulison is in with the Snowball. They will get one, and now they even cancel the TP, and that BB into the Shanty goes. And it's going to be a cold, cold world for that BB. He does drop.
Uses modifiers. With a Satanic, you really have to burst her down to that chain stun window. If you don't, one right click, she's going to be back to full HP.
Well, there's an arrow. No follow-up to it yet.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
They'll get to tier 3. Onto the melee barracks now In Your Dream. Just being very careful. He doesn't want to get hit by an arrow from Hung. They are slowly just chipping away as Hung now gets stoned up. Here comes the Mortis, gets to the line, and the Ravage again into the Cataclysm. They just blow them up. Oh, Mizu, he's been really on point with these Ravages. Cataclysm, it didn't quite blow up the support, the backlines, but it won't matter too much as now they go back in after that BB. He's going to try and Tornado up and survive as 3-4-3. He does drop with the Grimstroke. Drew, he will go in onto the supports and get both of them onto Alacrity now. He loved the Invoker. Nobody's helping out. Drew, though, is still by himself. In Your Dream, meanwhile, just trying to fight the whole team by himself, but he's going to drop. 496, they aren't able to fight back.
Massive opening here if they want to force the issue.
Drew's going to move in onto that tier 3 tower, try to get a trade going. They'd love to get that buyback out of In Your Dream to boot. Arrow is going to scout out the side of GXR as they move into the bot tier 3 tower now. Bloodrite is there. Snowball has been committed. They are moving in. Shards out on Yassi. Nobody really getting caught out yet here from 496. They're going to try and at least get that other tier 3. But
Lucky hits off with the split shot using his modifier.
Valkyrie's in trouble. Bot lane, he's been caught out by himself, but they'll have the damage. They even pop the X's in the mid lane. It looks like they do find out one in Bombi. They do trade, but that was your mid Invoker dropping. Enough to get the tier 3 tower. But never mind, they'll clip again. Olsen. Oh, no Aura's Punch connecting. Bloodrite's going to be there to protect it back. Yassi is out with the toss, but now the Soul Bite. Let's lock them in. They are going to hold hands and run together. Definitely very dangerous stuff here for GXR as now the smoke is up. They move in again in your dream. He's frontlining. Arrow is not going to connect. They might be able to still fight back. They are going to try with the Stone Gaze, and now the Ravage out with the Cataclysm again. Oh, Mizu. Just on target every time. They'll buy back on Yassi. You've got a buyback available on that BB. He is not buying back yet though. There it is now. He does commit. Yassi's going to move in with the Avalanche toss of Alacrity. He does drop Hung. He's going to try and move in. Onto Mizu. Get rid of the Tide. But they don't have the damage yet. Meanwhile, Yassi going to be chased down. This could be a dieback as Alacrity did just buy back. A nice scatter blast out from Bombi. Might just save the day, but no, the Tornado. It's going to land in Yassi. He's going to try and run, but he does not get too lucky. He's going to get some vision out with the arrows, but now they know exactly where he is. And he only has 2 lead charges. The Walrus Punch is there. Pulse are going to lock him down, and now the Orchid out. He'll Manta, but now the Tornado going to be there into the Ice Path. Hung. He's going to try and jump over the cliff, but they have the control. They have the vision. He'll eat the cheese. No more leads left, though. He is set to fall. He bought a tiny bit of time, but for this,
they could just give, I guess, Alacrity the refresh shard, you know, have double Cataclysm up. Gary, you've seen him blow up heroes now, like the damage output is really good.
Oh, he's been caught out. A nice Soul Bind there with the Walrus Punch, and now the first Cataclysm is going to connect. It's not so much damage, but they've got Drew. He is down with that buyback. Onto Hung. He's going to try and fight. He'll get Polos on the task, but he can't get in your dream. Hung. Gonna find a way in. They are dropping the mana pool very low in your dream. In fact, he is completely out of mana now. They might be able to secure the Aegis, but no, he is healthy once again. With the Mystic Snake, the man, he just regens 2 darn fast.
Are under attack.
And even with the Exorcism up, losing their pause one. Ravage. Mizu, he's got it again. Another one into the Cataclysm. They're gonna blow him up hard. He's died back, and that should be it. How do you fight without your mid or your safe lane? In fact, make that a third now. Bombi dropping. 3 down with that buyback. They call it. They've had enough. But what a game it was, John. Game number 1. 496 displaying to us why they were considered one of the best teams in SCA. At least 20. They put up a real great fight against GXR, but GXR...
Of course. Yeah. It's like, I don't even hear Seb, I just hear that background music every single time. But yeah, we'll see what 496 can do here. They need that win to force a game 3. They've got to bring their A game. We didn't really point...
I deeply appreciate it because I have no idea what I'm doing. And if I don't make good food, my wife's going to kill me. So she is a chef after all. GXR, they're going to try and fight over the bounty runes, and looks like they are going to be able to take the bottom ones. It is going to be a 2-for-2 trade. 2 battery assault. But I do like the fact that Yassi went for the level 1 cogs and helps out the mid lane to ensure that Hung is going to have the best game possible. And as you can see, even in the laning stage, the cogs can be very impactful.
Support to boot. You're kind of fine with just grading out like this on TV.
Oh, that BB has been caught out. A very nice cookie there from 343, and look at the body block. And that's great game sense from 343 to understand the limitation.
You're also seeing the issue of range, right? Like he's got level 2 refraction up, which is nice, but every single time Alacrity, he stands back, just plays with the illusory orb, outright click harasses from a mile off onto Hung, and Hung, until he gets more bonus range out, it's just tricky for him to hold this.
Yeah, look at this, Hung. One hit away from dying. He will have the bottle up now, so he's going to be able to regen a bit. But while that was all happening, bot lane, Drew, able to secure the kill on the lifestealer.
Please give Hung a water rune this time around, which is good. He needs that top up in the bottle.
Inkswell going to land, Drew. Have some nice slows there, Mizu. He's going to be forced to TP away, and well, that's the one bright side of this lane for GXR is
the big spikes they have to watch out for as well.
Has been killed.
Oh, listen, he's going to drop. They already got Bombi though. It's another support trade happening down at the bot side. Mind you, Drew was the one at least picking up the Polison kill, where Polison actually got Bombi. So dropping now is Yassi. Able to catch him out along with Bombi and that BB, and now they've gone to 3-4-3. They may be able to find a secondary kill, and it looks like they will. That BB will take it with the arc lightning he got.
Set of kills coming out. They finally get some activity off. It's at that point where you can kind of leave a, well, maybe not leave the life steal alone like that. They do eventually find Drew. So it's evening out. You're trading your cores away. And GXR, so the TA is clearing out camps, is starting to catch up. And this flash farm on Hung's going to be really important. He needs that quick deso.
Lane, Mizu being caught out again. Inkswell going to lock him down. Bombi, do you have the damage? Drew's going to be able to keep up, and Mizu a drop, but look at this, John Polison. While that was happening, did just focus down the T1 tower.
Caught out with no defensive item, you're probably just dead, but GXR are looking up top.
That they are. That BB going to get spotted. A nice stream call from Alacrity, locking 2 down. They try to block them off with the cogs, but it's not going to matter as Mizu is into the backside onto that BB. Your Doom still trying to run, but the Wolves might just be able to take care of it as they go even deeper. Yassi might try to turn here into Mizu, but no, it looks like he's not going to be able to catch him out.
Happy enough to find one. You kind of want to deal with a TA, and they are kind of running in, but Paulson can't do much, although Doom.
Yeah, Doom's going to be committed. They just want the easy kill there. Meanwhile, a bigger kill would be Polison and Alacrity. They'll get Polison first. Looks like Alacrity will be fine, but 3-4-3 does end up dropping on the Snapfire. Definitely not the greatest of news for GXR, having this farm stolen away from them. In your dream, he didn't realize the Inkswell not going to land, but Yassi, he has the battery assault. They're going to lock him down. Oh no. They did not realize that the triangle was taken. They had no wards out in it either. They had no vision. Your dream, he's the highest net worth here on the map. They're going to try and trade though. They'll go after Hung. There's your cogs out to block the way, but Alacrity is already in, but he doesn't have much damage or follow-up. He might need to run. Mizu's trying to come in from the sideline. 3-4-3, however, going to drop quite fast on the Snapfire, and now Yassi is going to try and run on the clock. He has the cogs available. He'll push away Mizu. Meanwhile, Bombi does drop as Mizu's going to continue the chase and eventually should find the clock, but Yassi going to try and just play ring around the rosy. It won't matter though.
The one's active. They have been pretty proactive. Every single time the shape this up.
Nice hook shot.
Although,
very nice hook shot there from Yassi. Great rocket player to scout out. And I used to say this a lot back when we were casting BTS Pro Series, John, but
1K full lead right now. Farm distribution for them is better, and they're running up to IYD.
Yeah, in your dream, getting caught out again. Cogs, not enough mana for it. Yassi can't hold him down, but with the Doom out, they can just keep chasing him. Ooh. But no, a deny out, 3-4-3. He uses the little shredder to be able to get the deny off in time.
Have a faster draft as they did have in game 1, but this time around the big difference is they're playing to its strengths, and they do smoke up.
They do, down to the bot side. In your dream again, maybe caught with his pants down. He's going to run right into them. Yassi though, hookshot going to be on the illusion, but it won't matter. They've got the right target. In your dream, he cannot sunder as the silence was there, but they got some nice coils into the Snapfire kisses. They will find 3 for their trouble. Yassi, he's going to be able to TP out in time.
The thing for 496 is that Drew wasn't there, so he's just solo pushing top. He's trying to clear out the tier 2 solo, get some farm going up. His Son just pretty much under, TPing in though.
That they are, Yassi, be there. There's your Grimstroke with a Stroke of Fate. They're going to keep just trying to go in on some Mitsu. So they'll get Yassi in the end with the Wolves, but obviously you don't want to lose Mizu like that. 6 into the mid lane, want to go after that tier 1 tower, and it looks like it's not going to be too hard of an ask for them. That Bombi getting a bit caught out there, trying to get some wards off. Why the hell not? They just picked the Deso up on Hung. They're going to speed things up a little bit here, but the problem is the Wolves are scouting it out as we speak. The GXR are very well aware of this happening. Mid lane, there's going to be a hook shot out onto the puck. They've got him silenced up as well. Alacrity is going to drop very early on. Kisses are around the Roshan pit. That BB, he might die if one more connects, but no, they can't get the last one. Now Drew's running in onto the snapfire, but look at the damage output. In Your Dream, just getting the work done. But the Infest is going to save the days. Now Alacrity does move in, but he needs to find a coil target. He'll get the supports off towards the south. They'll go back in onto Bombi. That'll be your Grimstroke gone. Yassi's going to try and run as Bombi. He's going to fight back. Yassi, though, dropping so down low, does drop, but you're Hung now. Moving back in, Drew. He gets rid of 3-4-3. Drew's going to try and run. It's so much damage. Hung is going to get a lot of damage taken his way, but the Doom came out. They've got the puck controlled, but can they get the big one? Can they get the TB? Well, maybe. If he can't Sunder, maybe they can, and they will be able to get him. In fact, they'll keep going now. That BB going to keep going onto the Snapfire. 3-4-3 is going to try and cookie away, but Drew is on the chase. Eventually they will be able to get him. In fact, Paulison came back in, but Yassi, he held the hook shot. He waited for the right time and is going to be able to get Paulison. That's a triple kill out for Drew, and
he's just going to be on Hung just to protect that TA, although maybe the Wolves can deny. Not too late.
They tried. I think not in time though. It's like Hung was ready for it just in case. Oh, he's going to try and infest and run. Siege Creep's dropping quite low, but he has help now. That BB's going to move in. They'll try to turn around. Hook shot there from Yassi. They'll lock down Mizu. Oh, so close yet so far. The tips come out from Mizu. They're having a laugh. Meanwhile, Drew just continues to farm up very nicely, and that BB is going to be scouted out. Cookie is going to be on target, and they will lock him down with the coil and the kisses. They just want him gone. They will get him. The mid lane though, Hung does manage to kill off Paulison. So you do get a little bit of a trade there for 496, but Green Coil here if you're GXR, and you might be able to follow up with that. Meta is also a cooldown in 2 seconds, but the Raxes are now under siege. They need to get something done. Drew still standing, but Dream Coil is there into the cookie now. They get the Soulbind off. Where's the Doom? It's not there yet, but now it does come out. They've got 2 targets, and they are straight in onto the puck. They want him gone, but he is going to make a run onto In Your Dream, trying to go onto Hung. But with the refraction, he's getting no damage out. He's still trying, but a 4-star in from Yassi. Yassi gets the aggressive 4-star off into the cogs. And that's what you love to see from Clockwork players, John. Just abusing the 4-star and the cogs, trapping him in. Paulison also going to drop. And 496, they should be able to clean up the mid racks. In fact, they should be able to find a second. It's top side, who have they got there? It's going to be Alacrity on the puck. He will orb away, but the
compared to game 1, they have very little to play with.
Uh-oh. Mizu, he trying to sneak up from the backside, but Hung might have his way with him. It's not quite enough yet. Meanwhile, on the high ground, 3-4-3 is being chased up by Drew. Alacrity trying to hold Hung down, but Mizu, he came back in and got meld striked immediately. Alacrity, he just doesn't have the damage either. Oh! He didn't orb away.
Lose together, win together, slay together.
What? Did he get silenced? Is that what happened? Voice lines as Bombi comes in with the, well, I don't know how to say it myself, John. I don't speak Japanese, unfortunately, but you know the line. It's Yassi, another 4-star play onto Paulison, but this time it may not be enough. The Enchantress proving a little bit challenging to kill off, but now the Soulbind's out. Do you have a Doom? It is available, but they never got it off in time. Onto Hung, they'll go. Hung, meld strike, Yassi back in with the hook shot now. Silence is there from our puck. They've got Hung. But Mizu does drop in the process, and now the Lifestealer Infest is there with the Doom out. They'll kill off In Your Dream. 343 is going to try and run out of here. He'll cookie up to the high ground.
Stay together.
He's going to be alright to make himself out. No, he's still here. I thought he orbed away. He went into the neutral creep now, and Hung is going to get him with the trap.
GXR in these team fights, like every time the double Doom comes up as well, you're just kind of done. In Your Dream, once he's doomed up, he can't really run. It's just limited. And now the racks are under siege here.
But they are, Drew. Gonna be attacked, but he's just so tanky now on that Lifestealer. He just doesn't have to worry about the Terrorblade, because every time In Your Dream shows himself, he's either getting jumped by Yassi or that BB with the Doom. And the Lifestealer just never has to worry about the opposing position oneers. Well, they get a nice cookie off, but it's not going to make the difference. Drew will just keep going. Yassi's having a look with the rocket. He's trying to fly over. He's going to find Mizu, puts him in the cogs, just traps him up for now, but won't throw out the hook shot. He's waiting as that BB. He has Doom up in 10 seconds. In Your Dream, he's going to be spotted. Yassi again with the jetpack. He's going to move in, and they're just all buying out. Another cogs down now. Policy. They'll try the Hung though. The TA lose the refraction charges, but they've lost Mizu. Doom is down, however, so maybe In Your Dream can fight back, but he has to be worried because the hook shot is still there. Onto the backside. They find Policy, but the buybacks are going to come out immediately. They'll try to fight one last time. In Your Dream does get the Sunder off onto Drew, but the Infest is out onto that BB. He will survive another day. Onto In Your Dream. They will get the Terrorblade. They have the buybacks, but they are going to call it. They have had enough. And Drew, he isn't an ultra kill, but he's not going to have the time for a rampage. The GG call was just a bit too early for him. It won't matter though. This is going to force us to a game number 3 between 496 and GXR.
It's not bad for Slark, but the big issue here is there's so much AoE damage from 496. They've got Avalanche, they've got Sunray, they've got the break from Hoodwink. If you land your shot, you're not going to get that passive regen on the Slark. So there's a lot of ways for 496 to just kind of fight back here, and I think they have more openings to abuse the draft coming out from GXR.
I'll take it as a compliment. I like it.
I don't think it's not a compliment. GH is a great-looking fella. He's a handsome guy. Very handsome guy.
John.
I don't know if they can correct it or change stuff, but maybe next season if it's not in here. Still, looks like an even trade in the bounties. No excitement so far. Both teams just avoiding some early aggression. He gets Overload, can sort of harass out, but he'll be limited by his mana pool. So he's going to have to watch how much and how often he kind of dives in for some of that harassment there.
We'll have a quick gander at the mid lane as well, John. Alacrity there along with Hung. Now, Alacrity having a pretty nice time. 4-0 in terms of CS. Hung 1-0 at the moment, so a bit of a slower start for the Tiny. Because it does feel like GXR should have somewhat of an advantage in this lane with the Slark. See if they can really make it work, because you can see a lot of harassment being pumped out the way of In Your Dream. Up until that level 6 mark on the Slarker's bottom lane. Mizu's gonna drop. First blood goes the way of Bombi on the Phoenix, and that was not something I was quite expecting to happen, but well, there you go. They managed to make it work. Again, for Hung missing out on both the runes. While bottom lane again, Mizu dropping quite low, but top lane, the same is happening. That BB does end up dropping. Looks like Bombi does drop down the bot side. Mizu is allowed to salve up and will continue the harassment out onto Drew. Now mid lane, a bit of a fight breaking out as Alacrity gets extremely low with the Avalanche toss combo.
You've got options to play with, and for 496 you have to respect that, although up top...
They do find 3-4-3. In Your Dream, he's going to try and get those essence chip stacks going his way, but 496 with 2 heroes against 1 can stand their ground. In Your Dream, not really able to get as much done as you would have hoped. He is still farming quite nicely, but you look at the harassment out with this Gush setup, and there's the bushwhack. Right on the edge from Yassi.
Got the value point and counter spell, so there's some magic resist, and up top.
Yeah, there's the bushwhack again, and Once that locks you down, it gets very hard to try and get away. But In Your Dream is going to try and help out. The acorn shot not bouncing the right way. Yassi into the tree line. They do break the trees. They get the cold feet. They will be able to secure the kill in the
Dire's
end.
middle tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, mid Hung, he's going for a bit of a chase on Alacrity, who has no mana left. But he's died with the T1 tower with the glyph up on the creep. They're really wanting this kill. They do spot him out now, but Alacrity has healed up some of that mana. And in the end, does manage to juke them out. Paulson now going to rotate in with the roll. It's going to help secure the kill there for Alacrity. They might try soon, as they do have at least a point in silence on Paulson. Probably not going to be enough time. In fact, Hung's here now with the avalanche toss. Paulson's going to survive the initial onslaught, but a very nice blink forward. Will block the roll there from Drew. Meanwhile, mid lane, a bit of a chase going on. Alacrity going to try and chase down Yassi. He's going to try and run away. Alacrity running out of mana, but should have enough. He's going to be able to secure the kill in the end. Mid lane, Hung, roll, going to connect very nicely from Paulson into the stance and the Ice Blast Yassi. He'll take the damage as well, earn out from Paulson, but Drew's here now with a big mana void out. It's just not going to be enough damage though. It's a bit too early for Drew. He's going to try and find a way out, and in fact he barely does. Now Bobby's going to Icarus dive in and give his own life away to ensure that Drew gets out. And he'll take Paulson with him. Looks like he has not made it too obvious he's around, and now he'll show up, but kind of backed off. That PB kind of pump faking the Ravage now. Get In Your Dream to use that Dark back, but they do get the Bushwhack instead into the Ravage, and now the Avalanche is there, but you got the Shadow Dance. Yassi, sharpshooter, not gonna land. A nice pounce away, but there's your toss in. In Your Dream, not out of the woods yet. He's gonna try for the TP.
What?
And he barely makes it out. The tree does not connect onto the body of the Slav.
Radiant's
Yeah, that was maybe one frame. Now we're going to roll back in.
That they do with the silence out now from Paulson to lock down Hung. They will at least get a nice bushwhack off. It's just not going to be enough though. Fight back into the storm with that silence.
No, it's a massive risk, and oh, Bombi.
Not enough mana on Alacrity. I don't think he'll keep the chase up, but 343 does run into him now. Bombi still has the haste rune and Icarus dive. Does end up catching out the roll into the egg. What a nice sharpshooter from a mile away, but they probably will still lose the egg. The bushwhack was not there in time. Had that bushwhack landed, they may have actually had enough damage to clear them out. But the egg does go down beforehand. Still Hung is in. Nice blink from Hung does ensure they get the storm kill in the end.
under attack.
They will have to look to play around it out, and they're already lining up for top.
They do. Paulson we get caught out. Hung is there, and the sharpshooter will be enough from Yassi. From the backside, though, they are going to group up now onto Drew. They love the AM, the counter spell. Going to be there in time. Alacrity still having a look. He's not going to be able to find the one he wanted, but he'll get Bobby, and they might even find Yassi now. He'll try to run through the tree line, but he actually might make it out. Hung, he's in with an avalanche. And the bushwhack again. In fact, there's your mana void and the Ravage up from that BB. Be enough to lock down Alacrity. Mizu gonna try and run with the Spirit Siphons, but Hung is gonna chase him down. He has the avalanche toss combo in just a second, and he'll get the toss back on the DP. Mizu, he's gonna pop the ulti and really try to fight this one out by himself. Paulson has joined in. He'll chase down the Tiny. Does he have enough damage though? They'll get the magnetize off. It might just be enough. The egg is there, but they'll run out of range. Paulson is going to roll away. Mizu has been caught by that BB. The Sunray doing quite a bit of damage. Mizu, though, going to turn around with the Spirit Siphon again. And now In Your Dream does join in. They'll find the Tide Hunter. Get out of there. And some perched up. There's a zip in from Alacrity, and you've got the Ice Blast. Just to follow up and make sure they secure the kill. It is going to work out. They blow him up. But while they did that, the mid-tier 1 is about to be pushed in.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
May not
attack.
have enough abilities off cooldown to actually be able to try and defend this.
Radiant's middle
That Ravage
tower
did just
is
come
under
off cooldown, but now that BB's in danger, they make the jump in, and there goes your Ravage. In fact, they found Bobby as well. You don't want to lose the egg like this either, but they have no choice in the matter. And now Hung's joined in, one by one. They'll march down into the mid lane, but it is not going to be to their victory. The Yules is out, they get the pounce in, and that'll be another one. Hung will drop on the Tiny, and
Spot, just camping the pit.
seem to think maybe the Roshan was going to get started here, but one showing on the map right now, so it's their only option. The only problem being, though, is he is by the T2 towers. They could rotate if they try for this. Mizu will get jumped on now. That baby does commit the ravage. He is still alive, though. Mizu is not going to drop it now, and Your Dream comes in right on the Phoenix. Can they burst the egg down in time? And Your Dream is trying, and he does get it done by himself. In the end, Mizu, he does drop, but for what cost? More coming in now, Hung. Avalanche toss is going to land in Your Dream. No Shadow Dance is going to drop, but now they'll try to go on to Drew. He just blinked in, but it is going to be on cooldown again, but they get the silencers off in time with the Magnetize. It's not going to be enough damage, Drew. He will still be fine. Instead, back onto that BB they go, but that BB, he will stand his ground as Drew comes in for a Mana Void. He will get Paulson with that Mana Void damage. Alacrity, he is completely out of mana now. Great kiting around from 496, and Drew just blinks right into Alacrity. Ice Blast is not going to land, apart from maybe Hung. Avalanche is not going to land either, though. Alacrity still choking around. Might be able to turn down with Mizu. They'll try with the Salts. They will miss that.
They don't have enough Magic Burst to really her Orchid damage from Drew. Drew has max counter spell. He's got 45% magic resistance off his resist.
Going to be too excited here, John. Jumping in onto Paulson, but he didn't have the damage output, and it's going to cost him his life. Onto Yassi they go. The Hoodwink really not that tanky. He's just going to get bursted down as now they want another. They want Bombi. Egg up in 2 seconds if he wants to commit it, but I don't think he will. And he won't have the choice anyways. Alacrity gets the Orchid off.
Commit for the big fight.
I think they've got to try. Especially when you've got all your ultis on, but they aren't deep. But Yassi is going to get caught early on. That'll be your Hoodwink gone. He does buy a little bit of time for the rest of the team to get over there. Sunray out, but immediately they jump in with a big stun out. There's your Ravage, but it doesn't do anything. Hung's been caught. They'll manage to get 3-4-3 in the backside, but they've lost so much. It just seemed like they were lacking a way to get into the Roshan pit once their Hoodwink was gone. You did have the blink on that BB, but they all got caught in the same area. He had no choice but to use the Ravage. You kind of noticed John Drew, he's been trying to join these team fights, and he does manage to usually get a support kill, but the big one he wants is Alacrity, and he's going to be spotted now into the silence. He does counter spell and blinks away, but they have the roll back in. Still Hung, going to jump in with an avalanche toss. Onto 3-4-3, the Icarus dive, the egg in the backside. Alacrity, he can't get rid of the egg by himself. He needs some help, but the Yules was there. The stun is out. Do they have the damage to burst him down? Not quite. The kickback to the high ground. It may have been enough. They'll try and turn Hung. He's trying. He will get the Aegis, but it is only going to be the first life. He's just too farmed up now. He could just be anywhere on the map.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Ice Blast comes in. Mizu.
I'll take that.
Got force staffed in by Bombi, I believe, but we'll back off.
Yeah, it's a bit scary now for 496. You still need more farm on Drew. Like, the Mantle alone's not enough to save. We saw that the follow-up control, the stacking of silences from GXR is really on point. They're disciplined about their execution. They know what they have to do to stop an AM with Manta. They've got the BKB up on Alacrity. There's a smoke play coming through here from 496. They don't have Egg, but they've got Ravage. They need to make something happen in a clean fight here.
Try. No exorcism up. This could be the time to go. 496 still smoked in that mid lane and looking towards Mizu, but the smoke is going to break on Hung. Drew just straight up blinks in, trying to bait them forward. But GXR, they don't take the bait. Instead, they go for the backside. Onto Yassi again. The Hoodwink's gone. That BB has the Ravage, but the BKBs are out from Alacrity. They are going straight after Bobby instead, and now that BB gets hit with the Ice Blast. Onto the Tiny they go. Hung gonna try and find a way out, but there is no way out. He's gone. Very clean kind of game here from GXR as they now move on to the high ground.
Radiant's middle
And there isn't really much in the way of stopping this tier 3 tower from dropping.
Thanks for that.
They don't have the defense. Once the respawn's up, they've got Ravage and Egg. They might just have to drop that tier 3, maybe melee racks or the range racks as well before that can come in. And just kind of force them in an awkward spot. They smoked, they couldn't find the opening. GXR was in the right angle to counteract, and they just clean up from there. Alacrity with a BKB holding off the Ravage use, and yeah, they play it safe. They just pull back after the melee racks. Don't opt to play greedy. They know they've got a big lead here.
Gotta be careful. Polison's having a look around. They saw him take that tier 1 mid tower. So he's gonna be fine. He'll just blink right away into the jungle again. There's not much he could have done to really help in the defense. Now on the side of 496, they're gonna start moving in. What they can get done here. They've got all their ultis up. It's just so hard to expect them to be able to find a pickoff. Especially when you've got 2 BKBs up now on GXR. In fact, make it 3. Got one now coming out on In Your Dream. Still on the courier, but they might start the fight early anyway. They just don't seem to need it. There's Hung going to be rolled on Polison. He gets a double silence off into the Ice Blast. It's going to fly through, but it does connect onto the Tiny. That's going to be him gone again. Who else have they found? They're chasing down that BB. Roll. It will connect. Nice easy line there for Polison. Your Dream. In fact, 3-4-3, the one to take the kill on the AA, but that BB is just trying to keep himself sane with these voice lines, but
Is under attack.
find out the mid AM is an illusion. Bombi gonna sneak into the backside, however, they found Drew, they get the stun off, they have the follow-up. Bombi tried to help, he goes for the Icarus Knife TP out. Oh, a bit of panic here.
So you need a lot more in AM. You want to really be 6 slotted before these major fights are
Yes, he's been caught. Ice Blast not going to land. It will onto that BB instead. The toss back though will save the day, and they will just 4-star bound. But Polison, he's right in onto the high ground, and now they might just take the fight. Why the hell not? Magnetize. It's going to be popped. Hung is still dropping quite low, but is going to survive on 40 HP. Hung, no, he does die. A big Ravage though with the egg. They do kill off Polison. Mizu dropping on himself, but he's still alive. The Spirit Ciphers just healing him up. They end up getting that BB. Drew is trying so desperately. He does get the DP in the end, but he's been leashed up with the cold feet. He's going to trade his life away for that.
Are you ready to run?
Oh, it just took too long to get Mizu.
They want to, and without these big spells, the defense from 496 just isn't good enough. Yeah, they just call. They know they can't fight, and GXR, they managed to bounce in. 496, they went for the AM, a bit of a cheeky fountain dive to close out. But 496 went back for the AM to counteract the Storm. They went for the tiny mid as well to lane against that. It just didn't feel great.